Okay guys, now I'm going to do an overall panel line wash, and what I have here is Flory washes. These are clay-based wash. I have light and black, and because this is a gray aircraft, I don't want it too stark, so I just mixed a little bit up here, and I'm gonna, for the underside anyway, I'm gonna make a little, lightish gray color here, and I'll probably darken it up a little bit more for the top, but I'll start with the bottom and see how this looks. And yeah, I'll just mix it up here, and all you do is just slather it on and just put it in. Let's get a little bit too much going in. Go up here a little bit. Too much on there. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we have. Take a little wet paper towel, damp, and we're just going to clean it off. Okay, there. So you see the difference. This is washed, not washed. Anything back here with these elevators. And not washed. So just makes it pop, makes the panel lines pop. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, this other wing, and then move to the top. And like I said, all right guys, I'm done washing. I think it came out pretty well. I like that. Yeah, it's not like super dark, but you can definitely see the panel lines popping. And I've looked at some reference pictures, and you do see it kind of a grayish black panel lines, but overall it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. See inside there. Turn it over. Keep forgetting I gotta paint the this is the part of the arrestor hook. Well, that's the hook itself. I don't think that was white, so I'm gonna paint that with some steel or dark iron, but I'll do that. What I like to do, excuse me, before I put my final coat on, I like to do a little bit of touch-up painting, and before I do the clear coat. So that's what I like to do. Got the landing gear, a little bit of grime on them. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. So I'm going to set that aside. So what I have left to do is I need to put, well, let me show you. I got these washed too. I need to put the hard points on for the missiles. And of course the missiles themselves, a bunch here. And the landing gear doors. And so, as you guys know, Navy planes, U.S. Navy planes, the landing gear doors are outlined in red. And what happened to my... Well, anyway, I'm sure most of you guys know that. And the way I like to do it is I like to use a Sharpie. If I use a paintbrush, I'm going to get paint everywhere. So I've been using the Sharpie extra fine point, but kind of like this. This is a Sharpie paint marker. It's oil based, so you need a little bit of drying time or put a fan on it. I'm gonna practice a little bit on a part here to see how long it takes to dry. This is a part that's not used. There's a different door. For this kit, you use this one. So I'll do that, but I just want to put some on here and let it, whoop. So yeah, you gotta give it a shake. In fact, there we go. And then just let some of the paint come out. I'm just gonna put a little on there and just see how long it takes to dry, or if I can handle it, or do I need to put a clear coat on before I handle them? And I went ahead and did the front landing gear door. I did that. Okay, guys, I did the last few things off camera, like put the little lights on the wingtips, put the pitot tube on, which is not going to last very long because Hobby Boss made it where it basically just has a flat spot and you just stick it on. There's no way to insert it, so I might have to figure something out, but that's not going to stay on there very long. It'll get knocked off real easy, but there she is. I'm pretty pleased the way it turned out. I could definitely build this kit again, and knowing the things I do now, take care of some errors, and otherwise it's a pretty good kit. If you're considering buying it and building it, you may consider some aftermarket decals, but I think maybe these decals were been in storage for a while. I bought this kit used, and you know, you just don't know how it was stored, if it was in heat, that sort of thing. So it could have affected some of the decals that, like I said, they like to tear real easy. But overall, yeah, I think it's a pretty good kit. Of course, the do-overs, I would definitely, as I mentioned in the first build video, is that the intake is not, it doesn't line up correctly the way they have it in the instructions. And so, find the instructions here. At least that could be helpful to you if you're going to build the kit. For this version, anyway, the FJ-4B. There we go. So remember, it has locator tabs for putting the jet intake here on the bottom of the cockpit tub. But however, when you put it in the fuselage, it doesn't line up. It should come to the very end, but it doesn't line up right. In fact, it's really short, so you need to get rid of these locator pins and line it up yourself, where this is going to be on the front of the nose instead of back, where I have that big gap. That's a flaw in the kit. So get rid of these locator pins, and then line it up yourself, then glue it the way it's supposed to be. Also, you know, oh geez, let the cat here messing around. Okay. Also, I would have definitely painted the inside of this red before I glued it on. I had to hand paint it, and it doesn't look all that great. So, I mean, I did the best I could. But I definitely spray that red inside and just mask it off before I glued it on. Otherwise, weren't any really serious issues. I didn't really have any big gaps to fill. But yeah, definitely maybe pick this up again and do the other marking, or pick up some aftermarket. There's some cool, you can get some cool color schemes for the FJ-4B. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks the part. Okay, and I would have spent probably a little bit more time on the missiles, getting a really smooth finish, and but I sprayed those yellow stripes, and there's a landing gear, and the kit gives you, it gives you several underwing stores. It gives you drop tanks. It also gives you some sidewinders, and I wanted to use the bullpups. I saw a reference picture of this thing loaded up with bullpup missiles, and it's ready to go on a mission and strictly use those things. So I think they're pretty cool. I've never had a kit with those on there, so I wanted to mount them all on there. So but otherwise, yeah, pretty happy with it. It's inside of the air brakes. I'll pose those open. And there's a little rattlesnake. You can pose the canopy open. I just closed it because things are easy to get broken. Basically, you just need to cut. If you want to pose it open, you need to cut this little decal here, which I could easily do right now because I use Elmer's white glue, or actually this tacky glue stuff, which is awesome. It's white glue, but it's a little bit stronger and it dries perfectly clear. I use that for my canopies and windscreen. And even looking at reference pictures, that's the way it shows that typically these decals will come up on part of the back of the canopy. Some little dust there. But anyway, and it does, when it retracts, it is separate. It's a separate piece. So you have to do is just cut if you want. But I'm going to leave it closed, even though I like the way the cockpit looks. Anyway, well, okay, so well, there she is, guys, and I'm gonna have a few close-up pictures for you to watch if you like. If you haven't seen the rest of the build videos, I'll put a link to the playlist that are going to be popping up here in a second. And I appreciate everybody watching, and if you like my videos, consider giving me a sub and a thumbs up and comments. It would be appreciated. But there she is, FJ-4B Fury, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.